Hey everybody, here's another first look at ZBrush 4 Release 4. I am still very excited, and I'm going to take a look at some of the brushes that they have included in the newest release of ZBrush. So here we go. Now, a quick way of getting to your brushes is either clicking at the very top over here. It's a blob brush right now, but this is your brush palette, so you can click on here to get a listing of all your brushes, right, and a whole bunch of them, which is really exciting. One great reason to use ZBrush is you can create, there is no limit to what you can create with this program with all these cool little brushes. The easier way I use the brush palette is hold down spacebar on your keyboard, which opens up a little really handy little menu that you can choose your colors. You know, oh, this looks nice here. This looks nice as an orange or a green. And then you can also adjust your brush sizes, which is really handy. Your focal point, so the middle brush or the middle circle is what gets or gives the most impact of whatever brush you're using. And then the brushes palette is right the second one down. So you push spacebar, second one down, and you get the same flyout as I was showing earlier. So let's start with the blob brush and see what that's like. Now, just like the name suggests, it has a, let's turn the intensity down so it's not, oh, let's just turn it up just to show you what it's all like. Blah, really crazy and all out there and doesn't care about anything. So Control Z. Now let's turn this down a little ways to get a really nice close-up look at what the blob brush is doing. And as you can see, it's pulling out geometry in a, I don't know, circular blobby fashion, which is nice. And if you go slow like this, you can get a pretty smooth reaction, or you can, just move it quickly to get a different look, or increase the intensity. And yeah, okay, now we've got a blobby sphere, so that's cool. Now let's look at let's look at clay. Just like in, I don't know, your junior high or high school classes, where you're dealing with pottery. Let's Control Z a few times just to have a clean sphere. Clay just, adds geometry to whatever your object looks like. So in a clay-like fashion. This is much easier to use clay in this program than in real life, because you have to worry about putting clay on and, I don't know, making sure it's moist and things like that. And I don't know, I just love putting clay on and subtracting. So if you hold down Alt and then put the clay on, or apply the clay, it subtracts it from what is already there, which is really nice. And when you zoom out, your brush gets bigger, so you can do a whole lot more to what you're working on. And now I've got a really nice rock, so let's zoom in, hold down spacebar, change the color to a rocky tone. Yeah, right now it's like a piece of wood. Okay, that's better. Okay, nice. And let's do one more brush, and then we'll stop, and then look at some more brushes a little later. Clay buildup brush is my favorite brush. Clay buildup. So if this is another really cool feature to really move fast if you're trying to get a lot done quickly. If you hold down the spacebar, simply click on the brushes palette, and then let go of everything, and then press, let's see, what does clay buildup brush start with? It starts with a C. So if you press C on the keyboard, every brush in this program that starts with C is highlighted. Everything else is um, deselected or like grayed out. And then if you look at each of those brushes, they have a letter next to them. If you push that button next or letter next, that is what you would choose. So clay buildup is B. So if I press B, I just selected the clay buildup brush, which is really, really cool and very quick and very handy. So let's go to the blob brush just to test this out. I want the inflate brush right now, okay? So let's push the spacebar, simply click on the brushes palette, let go, and then let's see, inflate. So I, and then N, I think, and yes, N, right down there. So okay, now, yeah, spacebar, blob. Now let's do this really quickly, okay? So I-N. Now I've got the inflate brush. Isn't that handy? So if you just take a little bit of time, you can figure out what brushes you use the most, and then kind of memorize what their keyboard shortcuts are. So I know that, well, let's just use this inflate brush really quickly, just to show you what that's like. A really, really handy tool that just like pushes things out in, you know, all directions and stuff, just like inflate, you know, kind of suggests. Really, really handy. Let's increase the intensity. Okay, yeah, that's a great way to inflate stuff. Now Control Z a few times. Whoa, there are a lot of undos. So for the most part, you don't really have to worry too much about what you're working on because you can undo like 100-something times. I'm not sure exactly, but okay, now let's practice. So spacebar, inflate. My favorite brush is CB. I'm not quite sure what that is right now, so... Oh yeah, sorry, I was just talking about it. Clay buildup brush. Okay, so CB, if you look at that on your keyboard, those are pretty close together, and that is a very easy keyboard combination to remember. And then another one is IN, which I was just using, inflate. And then let's try polish. So probably PO, but I'm not sure. So let's press P, and then O. So polish is PO, so that's another easy combination that you can quickly switch to and start polishing whatever you're working on. Active undo history is not the latest one. Storing this action to the undo history will remove 33. Okay, I don't care. I'm not really worried about this project too much. Let's increase the intensity of this polish brush to see what it does to this sphere. Okay, it just like flattens out and leaves kind of a, I don't know, polishy look. I don't know, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, fancy. Okay, let's see. What is another? Oh, wait, too far. What is another brush that I just love? Curve tube is really fancy. This depends on your brush size. So if you had a huge brush and you just click and drag out a line, you can make stuff. And then when you let go, it creates a geometry based on the line you just created. And it's huge because my brush is big, so if we Control Z to undo that and then size our brush down just, you know, quite a bit, and then draw that line again. Okay, that's a nice zigzag, a wavy line. Let go. As you can see, the brush is the geometry is much smaller, And before you do anything else, you can still modify this by clicking anywhere along this path to adjust it however you choose. So now it's just like a big huge snake, which is really, really cool, because then you can, like, you know, wrap it around objects like this, or spell things. Let's see, or a big smiley face. So yay, big smiley face. And then, yeah, isn't that so cool? I just love this brush. I should use it a lot more. I just don't. I don't know. But it's very, very capable, as you can see. You can make anything your mind can think of with this brush. And if you resize, I don't know, that didn't really do much, but oh well. Okay, one more brush. Control Z, Control Z. Okay, space or space bar. Click. Okay, then, ooh, crumble or crumple. This is another great brush I love to use. Okay, it starts with C, probably CR, but I'm not sure. CU. Okay, so crumple CU. Now I've got the crumple brush selected. I'm going to size my brush up a little bit. And this is a great tool to, if you're trying to make like aged skin or wrinkles in cloth or something, this is a great brush to use. So you click and it, wow, isn't that so cool? Normally that would take, I don't know, that seems impossible otherwise. It's just, it really adds a lot of age to whatever you're working on, and it's a really, really, really fun brush to use. I think anybody that uses this program should use this whenever they need to, because it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's see, one more time. One more brush. Okay, spacebar, crumple. Oh, that's cool. Let's see, clay buildup, clay tubes, clip circle, clip curve. Let's try curve lathe. So this is probably CL, C. Oh, whoops, my bad. CV. So this is another easy keyboard combination to use. And let's undo a few times. Oh, okay, that's good. Let's increase this, so 64. Smooth. Don't worry what I'm doing right now. I'll show that later. 128. Okay, that's good. Let's smooth that out. Okay. Now the curve lathe brush. Let's get a nice look at this. If anybody has used 3ds Max or Maya, probably, I'm not sure where exactly, you can draw out a line, and then you can shape or make a shape like that, and it wraps around. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Okay, this brush might take a little while to get used to because I'm still having trouble. I haven't used it in a while, so yeah. What that is doing is it is taking this line, and then it it in a circular fashion it stretches that the shape that you've made in a circle, 300 or in, I don't know, 180 degrees, right? That's what a circle is or something. So this is nice when you're trying to make shapes, or I don't know, just weird shapes. I'm not quite sure. Fancy. Okay, let's zoom out and